Today's topic is success stories addressing some environmental issues from biology chapter environmental issues. Let's start. First is Amrita Devi Vishnoi movement. Amrita Devi Vishnoi movement কি এখানে আমরা দেখতে পাবো this movement is totally based on a mythological story. I am explaining you the whole story in this video. Then just read the paragraph and you will easily understood the concept of Amrita Devi Vishnoi movement. So let's start the story. So the mythological story is in Rajasthan during ancient time there was only one type of people or one type of tribal people were lived. Those people are considered to be as a Bishnoi people or Bishnoi tribal people. So at that time in a village there was a woman, very simple and poor woman lived named Amrita Devi who has three daughters named Ashu, Ratni and Vagu. So in that village there was a famous tree called Kejri tree, and that Kejri tree is the livelihood for that villagers, for all of the villagers. Okay, so they always protect the village, always protect those village plants, animals, etc. So once a day the king of Rajasthan who sent his men to cut the trees of that village so that they can make a huge palace over there. But Amrita Devi, who always very careful for the nature, she protect the trees by hugging the tree. She hugged the tree and stopped the king man not to cut them. But the king's men are so rude and ruthlessly cut the trees along with Amrita Devi, and as a result she died. After the death of Amrita Devi, her three daughters, mainly Ashu, Ratni and Vagu, they also came and hugged the trees so that the people won't cut them. But those three daughters were also died. The men are doing their work because the Maharaja gave them the order. And after that all the villagers are so much concerned about the trees that they also came and hugged the trees so that they can protect. But at the end of the movement we saw that total 363 villagers were died. Okay, and in that movement there was children, old age people, young people, married, unmarried, women, everyone were participated in that movement so that they can protect the mother nature. They are very much concerned about the nature. They knows that mother nature was their real habitat, was their real livelihood. That's why they protect or they try to protect them. They all fight against those Kejri trees, and those 363 Vishnoi peoples were died in burning fire. So it was a murder because people want to destroy the nature, and others who try to protect the nature. Next movement is Chipko movement. একটা কথা বলে রাখি তোমাদের জন্য এই তিনটে মুভমেন্ট এনভায়রনমেন্টাল ইস্যু চ্যাপ্টার দে ইভেন গেভ দ্যাট করে পড়ে যাবে বিকজ এই তিনটে মুভমেন্ট কিন্তু প্রচন্ড ইম্পর্টেন্ট তোমাদের মহারাজা অফ রাজস্থান ডিসাইডেড এক্সামের জন্য ক্লাস 12 স্টুডেন্ট বলছি দ্যাট নো ফার্দার ট্রিজ উইল বি কাট ডাউন চিপকো মুভমেন্টে কি দেখতে পাবো আমরা দ্য চিপকো মুভমেন্ট মিন্স অর দ্য চিপকো মিন্স হাগ মাচ মোর সেম অ্যাজ ইউজুয়াল পিপলস হ্যাভ দ্য ট্রিজ টু প্রোটেক্ট দেম সো দ্য বেসিক্যালি দ্য স্টোরি ইজ that's the story was they did not this movement occurred in Uttar Pradesh first and then later on it occurred in Allahabad. Here mainly women participated in this movement to protect the trees because women at that time knows the importance of nature, knows the importance of mother nature. They know how to protect them and how to balance a proper ecological system. That's why all the women of a village, mainly tribal people, they come and try to protect the trees by hugging them. So why they were doing this, why this movement occurs? Because at that time there was a company named Simon company who tried to destroy total 300 trees to make a tennis racket, and the villagers are not ready to give them the permission. That's why they all hugged the trees and shouted that no one have the rights to cut them. In 1978, the police shooted all of them. Everyone was died who were present in the movement. Okay, and the leader of this movement was a woman whose age is 50 years and named Gauri Devi. She mainly lead total 27 movement, mainly women movement. Okay, tribal women movement to protect this nature or our mother nature. So, in this movement, all the women's or the tribal people, especially the women's, had realized that trees are very much important. Trees are the main part of nature, and uncontrolled falling trees would destabilize the balance of nature. They even knows that if we cut the trees ruthlessly, then it affect in our mother nature. It will be very harmful and make a imbalance in the ecological system, which is not good for nature, even it not good for our earth. Next is Silent Valley movement. The Silent Valley movement mainly occurs in Kerala. So in this case no movement was take place, but the government take a very important initiative. So we will know that. What is that? Silent Valley is the home of the largest population of lion-tailed macaque. It means this animal is very rare in our nature. These animals at that time was mostly found in Kerala, which is the world's most threatened primates. As the construction of the dam in the valley or dams construction of dam in the valleys was announced, the environment got threatened. Of course, if a dam was created over a mother nature or over a forest, then it would destruct the forest, and also the habit of the animals were also destroyed. That's why at that time when it was decided to construct a dam, it was understood that it was a threatened by human beings. So environment debated that about the conservation of endangered lion-tailed macaque. It means at that time government decided that only lion-tailed macaque who lived in that area, they are much more rare. So dam would not be done in that place. So after that, the government or mainly the prime minister at that time report very carefully decided, but mainly at that time the government shows their concern to protect the nature. So they launched a project that is Silent Valley project, and considered that particular area as a national park in November 15. We can see that after 1 year, means after consider the Silent Valley in Kerala as a national park, it seems that Silent Valley is the core of the biodiversity area in Nilgiri Biosphere Reserves, and this is how, and this is the most important initiative that was taken by the government against the Silent Valley. They want to protect, and we all know if we make or construct a dam over a forest, then the habit will be destroyed over that region. So government try to protect them. That's why they make that Silent Valley a national park, and later on it was the main core of biodiversity, because only lion tail macaque who present in that area, and that one very rare animal or species. Thank you. This is how my video ends. If you like my video, then don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.